Good news, everyone. Mr. Page here with another final boss in a best of three standard event. Today we're doing battle with a 5-color Dreadhorde deck. Super fun deck. I found it on MTG Goldfish here. It got first place in the Star City Games Classic on May 26th. And I've tried to do 5-color decks a couple times this season and failed horribly. So I was really excited to see somebody who has a tried and true version. Trying to figure out the mana base for this kind of deck is a nightmare, so I'm happy that somebody else did it for me. So the core of the deck is you've got the Wildgrowth Walker and Explore Creature package, which is always just been like a good thing to do since they got printed. But they combo super well with Command the Dreadhorde. So this card, I think a lot of people, myself included, kind of underrated it as a weird, janky value card that really hard to use and maybe good in a control mirror match. But it turns out if you just bring back a couple of Wildgrowth Walkers and a couple Jadelight Rangers, you get all of that life back. You can end up at over 30 life after casting Command the Dreadhorde instead of like crippling yourself. And, of course, this gets Planeswalkers back, too. So this version of the deck is running a whole bunch of Planeswalkers. We've got 2 Nicol Bolas, which is the only red card. We've got Sorin as a one-of, who also, giving all your creatures lifelink, super good at getting you to the life total you need to cast your Dreadhordes, even against the aggressive decks. We've got Teferi. He's just super good in this format. Like, absurdly good card. So I'm always happy to be running him. We've also got Tamiyo, who fills your graveyard up. You just plus her, name Command the Dreadhorde, hopefully get lucky and draw one, but even when you don't, you're filling your graveyard up for fuel for when you do cast a Dreadhorde eventually. And she also, like, having 6 loyalty is super good. Like, even when you're not ahead, you can often still just play a Tamiyo, put her up to 6 loyalty, and let them attack her for 3 or 4, and then you can plus her again the following turn and probably get a blocker out. Often stabilizing things really easy that way. This guy's got a Tristani, which is kind of weird to me because it's a Nobo with Command the Dreadhorde. If you're pulling creatures out of their graveyard, you don't want to also get your own Tristani, so not exactly sure why he's running it. I assume probably, well, it's really good in the mirror match. And it's also just really good. It throws out a couple lifelinkers. And so it's a good standalone card, but this might be where I would look to cut if you wanted to add more cards of your own flavor. And Paradise Druid, of course, is here. Taps for a mana of any color, helps us actually cast our splashed Planeswalkers. And, of course, Interplanar Beacon, also really good at splashing Planeswalkers. Especially Nicol Bolas. It could take a totally off-color land and this, and you get 2 of your Nicol Bolas colors. So if you just have, like, black land, black land, black land, any other land, like a Temple Garden can't normally help cast Nicol Bolas, but you can put the mana from that into your Interplanar Beacon. So if you draw 1 Interplanar Beacon, it's actually really easy to cast the Nicol Bolas. And the last Planeswalker here is Vraska, who's super good at eating Teferis and Narsets, so... and also just like any other little threats. She's really good. Alright, enough jimma-jamma, let's play a game. See if we can win this tournament with it. While we're loading into the game here looking for an opponent, could I ask you to consider liking and subscribing? It'll help you find more great videos like this, and it helps me find more great viewers like you. So it's a win-win situation. I would much appreciate it. Okay, what do we got here? All 5 colors of mana. That's always good when you're running a 5-color deck. We've also got a couple 2-drops, so this is a good keeper. This Overgrown Tomb will unlock the untappedness of these guys, so that's good. What we'll start with. Up against mono red, that's bad for this particular draw, I think. I think I'll lead with the Paradise Druid. He can't burn her, and we'll probably just trade it for this Lava Runner. If we get Chain Warlord, though, it's really bad. Maybe Branchwalker is better. Because at least this can get a token and avoid Chain Whirler. Well, it drew a burn spell out of him. We're on the back foot here. We're not likely to be able to cast a Command the Dreadhorde against this guy. He's got a really good draw, so we're not likely to win against this guy. Most sideboard games, we might be able to take him down. Turns out we should have done the Paradise Druid. Although he might have the Chain Whirler here. And we were just screwed either way. No, we would have been better out against his particular draw if we led with the Druid, but I don't think so much better off that we would actually have a chance in this game. So Vraska can eat this guy. We're getting pretty low.
Your demise. Pity we couldn't have been allies.
Tamiyo could get back a 2-drop, but we're probably just going to plus her and try to get a Wildgrowth Walker. Pretty bad draw.
Let us have a storied battle worth. Let me aid your research.
No such luck. Oh, Tristani might get us back into this game. We'll go for a Wildgrowth Walker again.
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Up to Jadelight Ranger. Half of the combo we need. So if he's mana flooded, if that's a 7th land, we might actually have a chance here. These lifelinkers connect once. I guess that draw step was the critical one. We might be back in this. Is there anything worth picking up? She can gain us 1 life. We could just get a Jadelight Ranger. We could get a Teferi and bounce this guy. That seems really bad. I don't want him to get this comes into play effect. Teferi bounce this guy isn't too bad because one of his plays here is to block and then shoot us, which denies us 2 of the lifelink. So I will do that. It gains us. It unlocks this 2 life from that, eliminating that trick.
I follow the tracks of the wise.
And then we'll probably replace our Tamiyo here and try to find another Wildgrowth Walker. Unless Teferi finds us something more useful.
Really should have seen that coming.
Well, Teferi doesn't get to draw a card if he attacks this guy, but try to find our Wildgrowth Walker.
Excellent informant for my study. Seek and find.
Send the lifelinkers in. Go up to 7. And now we're looking, well, we were looking better. Now he can frenzy us out.
No one asked for your input.
These two are castable next turn, even though he's got a Frenzy out. We get 6 life to work with this Command the Dreadhorde, which we could make use of if we had a Wildgrowth Walker. I guess we have this attack step too, although this guy gets to eat one of them, so I only gain 2 off the attack step. I could pick up Nicol Bolas and kill this, gaining 1 life off of here and 4 here. He's going to build a big board out next turn. Actually, he might even just go infinite with double Steamkin. We gotta hope he hits 2 land in a row. So I think I'll just pick up Nicol Bolas. That seems better than digging deeper for a Wildgrowth Walker that doesn't want to show up.
No tail should be discarded.
Because getting this guy out of the way helps gain us quite a bit of life.
Defiance has consequence.
We're gaining life, but with a Frenzy on the table, this could go very poorly. He's got pretty close to infinite mana. We need him to hit Mountain. 1 mana, 3 damage is not what we need happening here. Yeah, we're pretty dead. We almost stabilized.
You are setting a bad example.
I guess another option that turn I could have considered would be get Teferi back and bounce the Frenzy, just to type 4 of his mana. He had 8 mana. He would have gone Steamkin, Frenzy, but that would have been the end of that turn. We would have been a lot less life because his Chain Roller would have stuck around, but that might be a little bit of hindsight. Like if he had a hit Mountain, we might have been able to be in the game. Looks like we're actually just dead. Okay, so these say lifelink. We want them. We want these. Massacre Girl's good. Vitaly's good. Google's good. Command the Dreadhorde is bad. I'm pretty sure we want to take the Druids out. They just died a Chain Whirler. Teferi's decent. This guy gives us life, so he's good. Vraska's okay. I guess we can cut a Nicol Bolas. Is probably where we want to be. One problem with sideboarding this way, though, is that Mono Red tends to sideboard into like a big red plan, so he's going to have Phoenixes and more Planeswalkers. But the Wildgrowth Walker plan can beat his try to go big plan. So we'll try this. I will be right back. I have a cat that wants to go out. The cat lied to me. He didn't want to go out. Okay, this could work. I guess I also could have considered bringing Duress in, which would be good in this kind of draw. So you can go grab a burn spell and then be confident. Confident playing a turn 2 Wildgrowth Walker. I am still going to run it out. I mean, there's a really good chance it dies. If it doesn't die, we pretty much win the game on the spot. But Tamiyo can go on turn 4 and pick it back up. Which still gives us a turn 5 Wildgrowth Walker into Jadelight Ranger. Assuming we hit all our land drops. Also, him spending 2 mana here to burn this guy out does potentially slow down at one of their ridiculous starts. So I'm gonna save the Jadelight Ranger for that turn 5 play. We'll just take the chance to get a shock land out. Oh, never mind. This guy's exiled, so Tamiyo does not. We'll accept the trade. Just go a Ranger then. It's good to play your beacons in situations like this, because if you top deck another beacon, you're gonna want them both out if you do want to play a Planeswalker. Fortunately, the Massacre is not turned on against this board. Which I think means I have to go Tamiyo. Try to find...
It is an honor to meet you.
Probably a Wildgrowth Walker. No luck. So I'd say this is definitely one of the worst matchups. For a deck that tries to pay a bunch of life. I guess that's pretty clear, but... Unfortunate to run into this as our final boss, but... Okay, so we'll go Vraska, and then I want to pick up a 2-drop here, I think. Just to actually get a board presence out. You're technically not dead with this line of play.
I have learned much.
Guess it turns out I should have milled the Massacre Girl.
Your life's about to end. Hope you're ready.
Hard to imagine what's in his hand here, actually. Maybe more lava coils. He gave us the good game, so I guess they're burn spells. I don't know why he didn't fire them off earlier, but yep, there it is. Unfortunate, you can't win them all. My name's Mr. Page, and I hope you guys enjoyed this strategy page on 5-color Dreadhorde. I promise the deck is better than what it looked like there. I guess you do generally want to avoid that matchup though, but there's always mono red guys to crush your dreams when you think you have a sweet deck. Oh well. Sometimes she goes and sometimes she doesn't. See you later.